Alright, should be live. Excuse me. Let me double check here. Oh, it's already muted this time. No jump scare. Yay. Oh, I gotta wait 8 seconds to see. I'm sure we are live though. It wouldn't be showing me this if we weren't, so I just like to double check. Okay, or not. Sorry. Okay, we are good to go. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Okay, we are good to go. Sorry. Oh my goodness, my hair. Whatever, it's fine. How's it going, guys? Welcome in, everybody. Good to see you. Jody, Joy, Crystal, Chronic, Amanda, Thomas, Kai, Frozen Rose, Kyle, Dreambert. How is everyone doing? Caleb, Crystal, if I didn't say your name already. I think I did, though. Derek, what's up? Saw you in chat before. Good to see everyone. So, I know what everyone voted for at the time when I did the poll was for the reaction to the Wellfleet tornado. So we're going to do that one next. But I'm sure you guys understand why I'm doing the Enderlin tornado, because I think I did that poll prior to them upgrading it to EF5. So I think that one's probably the most pertinent to get to in terms of relevance, I guess. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. This is going to be a reaction to that tornado as well, but the other 5 tornadoes that we saw this day. This day was a prolific, violent tornado day in North Dakota, spanning from about 7:30 p.m. into well after midnight. We'll be going through the live stream too, because the actual video doesn't have as much of the nighttime stuff, but honestly the nighttime tornadoes, like sunset and beyond, was when the day really got chaotic. I mean, it was a busy day before. We were getting good tornadoes before, but like it went to a whole nother level after dark, because that's when Enderlin happened. That's when the tornado that followed Enderlin happened, the one that almost took us and John McKinney and Brandon Kopic and Rigsby out, because it dove south at the road after it was going due east, due east, due east. It just, according to the tornado path, or the damage path from the survey, it was steadily going southeast, but I swear that thing took a quick jot to the south, just from my perspective of actually being there. Beth, welcome to the OGs. Thank you so much for joining. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into this. I don't want to take up too much of your time. It's 8 o'clock on the West Coast, so I know a lot of you guys watching it's probably even later for. Sorry I couldn't get to this earlier. You guys saw where I was before. I was out shopping and then accidentally chasing. So we're going to start from the beginning. This was about 7 o'clock-ish, I think. The thing about this day that was interesting is we weren't even sure that these storms were going to fire. Like it was kind of up in the air whether or not we were going to target eastern North Dakota or western North Dakota, because western North Dakota was the more guaranteed storms, some tornado threat early on going into a derecho, and then this was the kind of maybe not setup. So we sat in I want to say Bismarck for a while. I think we stayed in Bismarck for like a long time, because we had a hotel with Freddie and Eli. Sat in a Walmart parking lot for like 3 hours. Eventually decided to go east. We stopped because it was us, Freddie, and then Brandon pulled up, and then there was a little like fan meet and greet in the parking lot. And at this point, I had already announced my upcoming departure, so we were kind of talking about that for a little bit. Then we all decided to go east, met up with Connor, where he was sitting there trying to fish. Then we went a little bit further east, got to a gas station, I want to say in Jamestown. Maybe it was Jamestown, maybe not. Maybe it was a little bit further east than that. I can't remember. And then Cumulus started to pop up to our southeast. And a lot of people initially of the group that was there was discounting it. They're like, that's not going to be able to sustain itself. And I wanted, as soon as I saw that, I was like, I want to go southeast. But Garrett wasn't convinced yet. And, we ended up having plenty of time. But we got down there, got underneath the updraft before it even started dropping precip. We were one of the first ones to get into the hail core. And it went from like an elevated, like maybe not storm to this thing got surface based and immediate rapid rotation. Like it wasted no time at all. So that was kind of the play-by-play leading up to it. We spent the majority of the day in blue sky until about 7:30. I think it was around 7:30, and then the storm just went crazy, like right off the bat, like an hour within forming. It was very similar to how it felt on the Wellfleet, Nebraska day. Because, you guys will hear me break that down probably, I don't think I'm going to be able to do a stream for a couple weeks after this, but the next stream that we come back, that'll be for the that tornado. Sorry, I really hate my hair. I'm going to put a hat on. I'm self-conscious. I'm really sorry to hear about that, Kim. Sorry, I haven't really had chat up much. But yeah, this was the start of this day was very similar to the Wellfleet day, in that we spent the majority of the day sitting in blue sky, thinking that storms weren't going to fire, and then once they did, they dropped an insane tornado. So, oftentimes that's just how it goes. But let's go ahead and get into it. I've been yapping for 7 minutes now, so let's go ahead and do this.
We appear to be in focus. The Alpha Freddy looks like it's trying to wrap up right above us.
This is not sped up. This is actually how quick it's been going. Quick it was going.
It is trying to plant a pipe. It looks like a bowl lowering on the front side of this mezzo.
Oh, it's wrapping up.
It is a massive bowl lowering.
I've been doing good, Charm. Hopefully you have been too.
Up right here. It's got like a lowered portion. It's gonna try in the next minute, I bet.
Yeah, Freddy, vortex on the water. Vortex on the water.
I wish we would have been a little bit further up. I was very apprehensive to get underneath that collar cloud. I was just kind of staying just on the outside of it. Because you never know when those first vortices where they're going to drop exactly.
Just south of the road, tornado progress.
But you can see it. It's right in there. Very hard to make out, but that's where your initial circulation was, right next to that pole. And then it kind of lifted, and it
it's a nice cone funnel right there.
Did sort of a handoff to the north.
Looks like it. Potentially bowl lowering to the north. There you go. Tornado down.
So we skipped about 15 minutes here. There was a little bit of a mix-up with the roads. I think there was a road closer. There was a train blocking one of the roads or something, to where we had to kind of put ourselves uncomfortably close to the circulation as it was starting to get rain wrapped in order to get back south to the interstate, because this is I-90 right here. And this tornado dropped just north of I-90. So in a second, we're going to hop on the interstate, blast east, get off at the next exit. And that's when that first wedge tornado that a lot of you probably remember, boom, popped out of the rain. And this was the start of it.
Yep, that is on the ground.
It's lifted. Yeah, this is going to be a... This thing plants, it's going to go right.
Does anybody know, is that train still blocking?
And then it popped out of the rain again, and this was the start of it.
Yep, look at it go.
Holy.
And there it goes, fully condensated.
Trees are getting ripped apart due west.
As you guys can tell, I mean, look at the winds on the outer, not even the outer circulation, just outside of the tornado itself, ripping at 80 plus, easy 80 plus.
Holy cow.
Yeah, no kidding, Frozen Rose. Talk about foreshadowing indeed.
You got this on record, Dio?
Yeah, I got it. This is insane.
Just trying to zoom in on the trees, see if the trees are going to start getting ripped out of the ground. They held on, though. You know, when they initially first announced that Enderlin was an EF5, it had been a little bit, so I had forgotten exactly where Enderlin was. And initially, I thought they were saying this tornado was an EF5, because they were saying, oh, based on the train. It was the train thing, and the only train that I remembered was the train that was blocking everyone to where we almost had to drive into this thing and then dive south to get back out of it. That was the only train I remembered, so I was like, this was EF5? Like, I mean, it was strong for sure. I didn't think it was no EF5, though. Levi, what's up, man?
Don't go too terribly far, but
I'm just gonna try and get past the power lines. That's it.
This thing was borderline stationary.
Okay, this is all I'm doing here. So I get to the top of the hill.
You know, it's kind of funny looking at, like, watching this back. I'm sitting here telling myself, like, why was I so apprehensive? Like, that's clearly a half mile away. I could have gotten a lot closer. But in the moment, it just, when that fight or flight kicks in, at least for me it did. I mean, I know with some chasers, it's just like they're kind of able to get over that. I never really was, and that's part of the reason why I ultimately left. But I remember thinking in the moment, like, I can peak this hill and that's it. Otherwise, I'm going to get too close. We're going to get caught up in this thing, when clearly we weren't. I mean, if any, like, at this point, this thing had been on the ground for several minutes. It was moving east, and if it started to occlude, it would have drifted even further away from us. So unless I was worried about the RFD, which was really strong, like, I don't know what I was so worried about. I mean, the only other thing I think I was probably factoring in was chaser traffic. If the thing somehow did move south, everybody was going to be trying to go south on this road.
Okay. Stop the hill, and then I'm definitely stopping.
yes.
Ready to turn around at a moment's notice, too, in case this thing surges south. Watch those trees. If it crosses those trees, we are out of here. That is a violent tornado, Chad. It's wedging out.
Definitely wedging out.
Dinner was good, Amanda. Or at Connor and Ben.
No, that is a violent tornado. I do not have need to get that close to it.
You see, everybody else is up here, and, you know, they were all fine. We had a great angle on it, though. I will say that. said, I mean, you're watching in real time how rain wrapped this thing got.
Rain wrapped. Yeah, it's getting completely rain wrapped right now. Just making sure I'm not crazy, right? There would be nothing to our due west.
No.
Okay, all right.
So there's just like, this is it right here.
Completely solid rain curtains. Just to the west, but like everybody's freaking forward on this thing. I guess I can, but
My phone's getting out of focus because of the rain.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this thing got...
whole thing. It now.
Yeah, I can't record anymore because my phone.
So, we lost visual of this one at that point. It was on the ground for several minutes after that, though. Adam, what's up, dude? Good to see ya. It was on the ground for several more minutes. At that point, like I said, we lost visual of this right edge. I think that's when I stopped recording. Eventually, we flip back around south, and then we go to this tornado. This was very confusing because we weren't entirely sure. It was kind of broken communication on the radios, and we didn't have visual of that first tornado anymore. So we weren't entirely sure if it handed off to the south or what was going on. But what ended up being was this was an anticyclonic tornado. This is part of what I was worried about when we were sitting there watching the first one, because I thought I saw to our west, it looked like rotating rain curtains. I was like, is this thing trying to drop? Is it trying to do a second one? You know, a trailing kind of anticyclonic tornado on the southern end. That's what it was doing. It did it, and it ended up being a fairly long-lived anticyclonic, fairly strong and photogenic anticyclonic tornado too, because you did have, and I'll show it in a minute. This was that first tornado as it was roping out, but this was on the ground while this one was. I'll just go ahead and play it for you guys, but
It now.
Yeah, I can't record anymore because my phone.
But it did sort of feel like we were trapped-ish. We weren't. I mean, if we really needed to bail, just go west on 90, get west of the storm, and, you know, you're completely fine. But we did have two simultaneous tornadoes on the ground at this point. And there was that first tornado roping out.
It should be. Whoa. It's cyclonic, guys. It's getting big.
One of the rare times Scott was wrong. He kept saying, "Oh, it's cyclonic. It's cyclonic." It wasn't. It ended up being an anticyclonic tornado.
Nice. Yeah, I guess that's the new mega nice pipe.
Looking at the rotation of this, it does not appear to be anticyclonic.
Based on the radar, it should be. Whoa. It's cyclonic, guys. It's getting big.
Maybe it was. See,
Nice. Yeah, I guess that's the new mega nice pipe.
This is such a crazy spread between the two.
I don't know. It's really hard to tell. Maybe that is cyclonic. I don't know. I thought I knew for sure.
There it goes, all the way down now.
I remember stopping where we did too, because Garrett was in desperate need of a 10-100.
Actually, yeah, you know what? It might be.
Yeah, it's anticyclonic.
Yeah, because now you can see. It almost looks like halfway through the footage it switches, doesn't it? Because right now it looks like it's going like this. But now, if you look at it more close up,
Yeah. Actually, yeah. You know what? It might be.
Yeah, it's anticyclonic. There's a cyclonic one that attempted to produce and failed.
It's the nicest anticyclonic tornado of all time. Just trying to make it to this exit.
look at the spin. It almost looks like
Anticyclonic tornado.
it's spinning
of all
two different
time.
directions halfway down. Like, from this portion down, it looked cyclonic. From this portion up, it looked anticyclonic. It was very confusing.
Just trying to make it to this exit.
Tornado was doing the Indian burn.
Back down again, chat. Yep, there goes Dio.
Yep, Kim, you are correct.
Trying to stay zoomed in if it decides to touch the ground right there. It's roping. Yeah, it's roping out.
Let's storm or stop storm.
Oh!
Yeah, well, we almost got struck by lightning, too. That was insane. I had to pull that off the stream.
Storm or stop storm.
That was close. You see how close that was. That was like 100 feet away. That's actually not the closest encounter we've ever had. But it was up there. For sure. Maybe I should make this the thumbnail when we look back. I'll just be like...
Oh! Damn it, I wasn't recording that.
Connor, I don't know.
No one's denying you, I don't think.
Careful of it.
Oh, what's up, Brady? Yeah, I had to clean it up a little bit for work. I had to get a haircut. Can't really have a beard. Yeah, Brady, did you see that?
Oh! Yeah, it's roping out.
Let's storm or stop storm.
Oh! Damn it, I wasn't recording that.
Connor, I don't know.
No one's denying you, I don't think.
Careful, Vince.
And I thought the tornadic circulation was like up here on this water, and I thought Vince was just about to drive into it at like 60.
Wait, is that a funnel coming down?
This entire day was just
These winds
windy.
are ripping that way.
It was just so
Yeah,
windy.
it's
Even
over
after the
now.
tornadoes were done. We'll go over that when we get to that, but like
It's over to the right
the winds
now.
behind the derecho from the wake low, I think that's what they were calling it.
To me, it looks like it's just south of the
Insane.
interstate.
Funnel
We should-
just south of the interstate, I think.
You see the water
Okay,
being
that's what
pulled
I'm
up
saying.
and
These winds
in.
are ripping right in there.
Looks like these power lines might try to come down.
But you got a storm motion on it.
I know, it's still just south of the interstate. I think it's
Thanks,
gonna be easy
Brady.
to get
Miss you
touched
guys. I try to tune into your guys' streams when I can. I saw the one where you guys were all discussing the
south of the interstate.
the EF scale and everything. That was a really good panel. A little bit above my level of expertise, but I think it was really good that you had who you had on there. Garrett included. He has a lot of really good insight on that kind of thing. Oh, you want me on? Yeah, do a segment like we interviewed the guy stupid enough to quit full-time chasing.
There it is.
Funnel. It's not all the way back there. It's right there.
Yep, there's the funnel.
This is sketchy.
All right, Brady. We'll have to work something out. I'll DM you. I'll have to let you know my work schedule too. But Sunfloyer, I remember you from SRM. Thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in.
Is that a power flash, guys? Probably.
And this was the beginning of what, in my opinion, was the sketchiest daytime tornado that we dealt with this entire day. Because it pretty much was rain wrapped the entire time. And it didn't really seem to follow the motion of the storm. Like, it was stationary, and then it moved east across the road, and then it seemed like it backed up. Like, I ended up getting sketched out, and I bailed. I bailed north. This was the only visibility we had of it, as when it was in its cone phase, but it eventually became a half-mile wide tornado.
It is just west of one still.
It is a decent ways west of 1. I repeat, it is a decent way. It's probably still a mile west, so I would...
Larea with the 10 gifted.
Mile west, I'd say.
Thank you so much, Larea. Appreciate your support.
3 minutes.
Oh yeah, substantial tornado now.
Yeah.
Welcome to everybody who just received one of those.
Large stovepipe on the ground.
If anyone in chat does not have these enabled, click on the actual, like up at the top of the chat where it says Sunflower member and then Larea 10 gifted. If you click on where Larea gifted the 10 memberships up right above the chat and you don't have gifted memberships enabled, it will enable you to do it there.
Now.
Yeah, be careful. I wouldn't shoot up from the north, but you can't see it because it's big.
I got visual. I'm good. Just talking now. So let me know when it crosses 1, guys. Let me know when it crosses 1. I'm approaching from the south. I do not have any visual. Yeah, it's still west. I don't know if it's moving south or moving at me. I can't tell.
I'm not going to go any further south just in case it is moving at us, because now I'm losing visual, so I want to be prepared to run north in case it decides to do something weird.
It looks like it's stationary. It's occluding inside the rain core.
So I'm worried about it.
I think it's still moving.
I don't know if it's just uploaded slow or my internet's being slow, but
I see where it would be. I believe I maybe see a left edge. Yeah. I'm starting to get visual of it now. I'm starting to.
This thing is dead.
Yep, that's it. It's crossing 1 as it's slow moving tornado.
you see left edge right there?
It's still down. It's got to be crossing in front of me right now.
It is.
Damn it, guy.
Oh, wrapping rain curtains right in front of me. I'm the closest chaser to it. I walking to work here. Does anybody have a visual of the tornado?
Yeah, large stovepipe just crossed 1 just south of 94.
Copy. I'm like right behind you. Alright, now I don't know what it's doing, but we're
See,
gonna
I got
storm
real
the
sketched out. You can see
Yeah, I
those
think
winds
it's,
really increased.
I don't know if it's
I'm worried about it occluding north. That's what I'm
Yeah,
afraid
it
of.
sucks. I can't see it. Like, if we were to start diving south or something.
I feel bad. I'm not trying to drive like an idiot. I just saw these winds just going absolutely insane.
see this. Yeah, see how the wind direction shifted.
I'm bailing north. I repeat, I'm bailing north. 0 visual now, getting dark. If it occludes, it would be on top of us in seconds.
Yeah, so essentially what happened after that, we bailed north, then turned around again, just for me to immediately punch through the RFD and get right next to the tornado. Not even really intending to. I expected it to be east of the road at that point. And it still was kind of just sitting right there. I don't know if it was in the process of occluding or what happened, but I stopped immediately, did a 180, and booked it north because those winds accelerated like that. So then we booked it north, got back to 90, and then eventually at some point we get off of 90 and go south again. And at this point we started to lose light, and we transition into the true craziest part of this entire day. So apparently we just skip right to the Enderlin tornado. So I'm going to try and pause this on some lightning. Damn it.
It's back. There, guys. It's back.
Damn it.
All right.
There it is. There's the first EF5 in 12 years right there. So I'm going to leave this frame up while I kind of catch you guys up with what happened. So, in the time that we saw that last tornado to this, good hour passed, I think, about an hour. We went east and then went south. I forget what highway it was. It was the highway that took us south towards... Oh, I'm going to look at my phone, actually, because I want to get this accurate. I'm going to look at my trusty maps here. So we went east to 32. We went east to 32, dropped south on 32 all the way till we hit 46. Went 46 east to where it joined up with 32 again. Took 32 south to Lisbon. Lisbon is the town that we drove through. There was a bunch of people out because there's like a couple bars downtown there, I think. Everyone was out in the streets drunk. At some point when we were on this same storm, it was kind of in between producing. Right after the sun first went down, it produced another tornado to our west. We couldn't really see it, and I started to get that bad feeling where I was like, I don't really want to be here anymore. I feel like something bad's going to go down. I'm not really interested in getting close to anything at this point. And Garrett and I were kind of disagreeing about that, as sometimes we did, about, how exactly to chase these. But we dove south, let the storm get pretty much on top of us, because at the time, I think everybody thought it was either dying down or it was cycling or something. Like, we all stopped on the same dirt road, all for a 10-100 break, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. And then all of a sudden, like, all this dust just starts getting pulled directly to our north. And somebody on the radio was like, hey, it's about to produce. And it was, like, really close to us. And we're all outside on foot. So we're like, oh, shoot. Like, we need to go get south the rest of the way so we can go east out of Lisbon. And so that's what we did. Then Garrett and I were not really being super aggressive on it. We were kind of just trailing it to the south. We had a really nice view of the supercell structure because of all the lightning. So we were just kind of getting that on the roof camera. And then eventually somebody said tornado down. So then we start booking it north. And we were about 5 minutes behind Freddie and Connor. So we never actually got super close to Enderlin when it was in its strong phase. We got relatively close as it was roping out. And then we were very close to the tornado that followed. But this was our view of it. We were probably a good 3 or 4 miles away from it when it was at its like EF5 level. This is what we were seeing. But that was kind of what led up to it to this point. And this was a little bit after 11 p.m. if I remember correctly. You can definitely tell, huge wedge tornado. You saw that right side. It was probably around this point it was tossing that train car. Because you can see it slanted on the left. This is when it was slanted on the left. This is probably when it was at its strongest phase. Yeah, you can see the rope phase.
See the rope out. Look at how
Yeah, you can see it.
from my vantage point to the south, incredible rope out.
So this was the start. It's back there. It's in the process of dropping. This was now the start of the tornado that almost took out a bunch of chasers. I I don't really know what to refer to this tornado as. It was the one after Enderlin got rated EF2. I personally think it was stronger than that, but it got rated EF2. It was very, very interesting how just the drastic change in directional behavior with these, because the Enderlin tornado went like that, or I guess it's mirrored for you guys, so like that. It curved big time. When it was roping out, it was actually going northwest. Then this thing forms right on its heels and immediately just goes southeast. And I believe that had to do with the derecho interaction. This tornado formed as that line caught up to our storm and shoved it east, and then eventually it kind of shot south pretty quick and crossed that east-west highway 46 there. But gotta keep in mind, we were a little bit behind Connor and Freddie and Brandon. So we were not directly out doing search and rescue yet. We hadn't really gotten to the point. We hadn't wrapped our heads around the fact that homes had been hit. We didn't know. Freddie and Eli were literally trying to pull get that husband and wife out of their house. And he didn't know this tornado had formed originally, because we didn't do a very good job communicating. I wasn't sure if this was still that same tornado, just re-intensifying and moving off to the north, or if it was a new one. Because I didn't, in all the chaos, I had never actually looked at radar myself during this 10-15 minute span. I never actually looked. But this was the new tornado that was forming. It caught Freddie off guard. It caught Brandon and them off guard. After we had seen it for a couple minutes, then Connor was like, hey, by the way, there is a wedge on the ground to your north. And then we started tracking east along with it. At this point, I was going west. I wasn't really sure why. I thought maybe we were looking for damage. I wasn't sure which tornado this was, so I wasn't sure if I should be going east or not. Part of me didn't really want to go east because I was like, we're dealing with nighttime, quick, violent wedges. Like, I don't really want to get too close to those. It was just a whole plethora of reasons. And then eventually Brandon called us because we were out, our radios were not really working anymore. And he was like, hey, why are you going west? And then Garrett was like, yeah, why are we going west? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to go east. That's why I'm going west. Because I don't want to go east. But ended up turning around to go east, as you will see. But yeah, you would have seen some incredible rotation had we... And there was Freddie right there. We didn't know this at the time, but this house back here had been almost completely demolished. And we had just driven by the other home right there. I can't believe I paused this. This is the first time I'm looking at it like this. This was the house that got hit, I'm pretty sure. That looks very familiar because you can see the fresh tornado damage. This is where those fatalities happened. But it was so dark, you didn't know. Yeah, see, there used to be a house there, and it's all scattered back here. And, just 15 minutes ago, people had lost their lives right there. It's pretty wild to look back at it now. I'd never actually... because I edit these videos... Especially in a case like this where we didn't even get back to the hotel till 3-ish. Because I'll get into that whole story in a little bit, trying to get everybody into hotels and whatnot. I was editing this when I had no energy at all. So I didn't actually look through this. I just kind of grabbed the clips that I know are good and I put them into a video and I upload it. Yeah, I mean, we went back the next day, Andy. So I do know that this was the house because there's a driveway right back here. But it's just crazy that I drove by it and I had no idea that there were, you know, people up there that had just lost their lives. I was totally naive to that. And then not too much farther away, there was Freddy trying to get people out of that house. And then we eventually flipped back around and went east. And that's when this monster was on the ground. Sure don't look like no EF5 to me. But anyway, that's what it was rated. That's fine. This one did hit a house up to the north too. We did end up going to that house. Tried to check on the guy. Said he was alright. Think he was in shock. I don't know if he was really alright, but he didn't really seem to want us on his property, so we ended up just leaving. But we were kind of paralleling this east. I think this one formed fairly quickly because you saw just a minute ago it hadn't really fully condensed yet. As soon as I flip around and go east, I immediately started filming out my window because this is off my phone now. And then we just had Violent Wedge on the ground. You can tell that thing's not very far away at all. And there's your thumbnail right there. It was that is the nocturnal monster. So the thumbnail is not actually the Enderlin tornado itself. It was the tornado directly after that because that's what we have a better image of. But this thing would have been these tornadoes would have been incredible to see if we had more daylight. Absolutely insane. And you can hear the roar a little bit.
It's moving toward us?
Oh, okay, I guess this is off of Garrett's phone. Never mind.
Freddie knows because I'm sure his Chad let him know, but I was trying to get a hold of him to make sure that he knew what was going on.
And this is where that tornado crossed.
He's okay.
And Brandon Kopic and John McKinney were essentially in it. They got hit by the rope out. John literally ditched his car. I mean, he put the car into the ditch. Him and that other guy he had with him, I think his name's Mike. And then Brandon was ahead of them. I guess Brandon just kind of pointed into the wind. So, but we were right with Rigsby, and then as soon as that wind kind of went from RFD to there's probably a tornado right next to us, we both flipped around and bailed west. We were like, nope, we're not doing this.
I think his service has been down because his stream hasn't been up in a while or anything.
Now I'll get portraits along the way.
So then this is the next day. I'm gonna try to remember which damage path is which.
That's not saying yet.
And this was the house we had originally stumbled upon. This house was hit by that second tornado that we saw, the one that was a little bit more clear. This tornado was in the path, or this house was in the path of that tornado. At night, it was kind of hard to tell that the entire portion of the house had kind of been ripped off. We weren't originally aware of that. We were there as soon as the guy came out of his front door right here, but you can see otherwise his house was pretty all right. It was on the far western edge. I think it was right near where that tornado first touched down. Because it touched down right around here, and then kind of went east-southeast, and then took a quick jot to the south-southeast as it crossed that highway we were on.
See, these are the structures.
Big piece of sheet metal on the ground. Farms were fairly damaged.
We're going to come back through here again.
And this is about where this is where that tornado that almost hit us and the others eventually crossed. Kind of ran over this farm a little bit. And you can see right where it cut through the trees right there. So I guess it was probably a little bit weaker. On the weaker side, EF2, maybe low EF3. I mean, that's not weak. That's definitely not weak, but it's no EF5. But yeah, at this point it was rain wrap too. Is this your footage? Do we need to issue a copyright claim? No, please. Technically it's off your phone, but I was there. Yeah, all those trees are just kind of taken out. And then I put memory of the lives lost, and it's covered up by this stuff. I didn't mean for that to happen, but yeah, so that was insane. Absolutely crazy. I will be right back. I'm a bit dehydrated, so I'm gonna go get a bottle of water, but I wanted to leave you guys with that frame. We're gonna go a little bit more through the live stream and kind of go over the rest of the night when I get back, but just give me like a minute or so. Returned. Wait, what did I miss? You're going to be a grandma in March. Congratulations. What's up, Brady? So, yeah. What a day. It's truly an incredible chase. Thank you guys for hitting that like button and everything too. We're almost to 100 likes, so that's pretty cool. But we're going to go over here now.
Street southeast and 137th Avenue southeast, right near that intersection on 56th Street Avenue southeast.
Freddie and Connor, are you guys bailing west or was it?
Yeah, that's another thing I remember. This area where we were intercepting horrible streaming service.
If there's anything on the right, turn on.
That's rude. Talking to you, Garfield.
Are you up
Damage?
No, there's a new meso forming.
There's new mesos to the east. They went west. So if we want to go check that out, we need to go that way.
Yeah, we got something to our. I can see it. It's directly to my northwest.
West.
I don't think you can see anything from this point of view.
You don't know where he's at.
To your northwest. Are you talking about the area over near Coburn?
Kind of up here.
West, north, and my northwest. That looks the same.
I thought that new area.
Six, just north of from the south. The RFD is just absolutely crazy.
Oh, tornado right there.
It's just now right.
Yep, you saw it.
Crazy.
Oh, damn it. Ah,
Oh, tornado right there.
It's just now right.
Tornado right there.
yeah. Holy grainy camera. My goodness, but yes. Right there. That was the first time I dropped. So it was kind of doing a little multi-vortex thing.
Right there. Right there. Tornado down.
Tornado on the ground to the north.
It's big.
We got it on our roof camera. It's due north. It's very close. At the very least, it's a nice lowering.
No, that's a tornado.
Bad out here.
Are they going east? Yeah, everybody's already
Yep.
there.
No, it was a stovepipe. I saw it. So why are we going west?
From 137th Avenue
Okay.
south.
Yeah. Here's a little hint for you guys. I didn't want to turn around. I just wanted to keep going west and get out of there.
Out of 46, also storm.
Nope, I gotcha.
That's all. I just wanted to let you guys know because I saw you guys leaving and I'm like, it's on the ground.
DL, I don't know what.
I don't know what the hell's happening, man. This is yeah, no, I don't know. I've been lost for the last hour.
137 south of 46.
But I just wanted to let you guys know I don't ever
Got a large west tornado now in
sold out, so I'm turning around and keeping up with it going east until it gets hit by the.
Okay, gotcha.
Alright, guys.
Alright, talk to you later. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Now, that thing was a fully contained stovepipe.
I see nothing, man.
It's hard because this is moving north.
It was not moving north. It was moving southeast.
Clearly there.
Oh shoot, is that a house have debris. What is happening?
I would not worry about this turning southeast because things turn southeast all day. Okay. Anything not the line right now. That's my concern. It's just gonna bump it.
Is it in that store now? Most of you are breaking up on radio, but just be
Yep, right there. Look.
weird things.
Nope, I still see it down. It is definitely there. The line is definitely.
Oh
getting
my
that,
God! Huge tornado.
It's huge.
Huge wedge. We got a wedge again. We got large wedge tornado. I got a defined right and left edge. This thing is massive.
Let me see it.
Very hard to see on the roof camera because of how grainy it is. You kind of saw it there for a second, though. Our video was much clearer off the phones, but it's right there.
Violent on the ground. Violent on the ground.
Yeah, you guys can kind of see it.
You guys see it, chat? Holy crap!
In Garrett's defense, nothing had been moving southeast all day. It was the interaction with the line that made this one different.
This thing's wet.
Beverly, thank you so much for the super chat. First super chat of the stream. Thank you so much.
No, Brandon tried to call me. It's still there.
Gary,
Yeah.
you see this big wedge?
Oh my gosh, it's massive.
Yes, okay, I want to make sure you guys saw it.
Yep, nope, it's massive.
Oh, gotta love Brandon. I want him to come in here into one of these streams that we do.
Picture of it.
I was trying to record video, and then Brandon called. You guys see that back there, guys? That thing is a massive, massive tornado.
Yeah, two things that didn't help this
Dude, you can hear the roar.
situation.
You hear the roar?
Come on, I can pause on some light. Come on. God, my reaction time is terrible. Okay, you can see it enough right there. We're dealing with a nighttime CCTV camera, so it's already pretty blurry. On top of that, we had horrible internet speed in an area where our Starlink wasn't working because we had an like an updraft up above us, and we're trying to split already very limited cell service across 10 different streams. So it's just it was a wonder that we even had connection when we did, but even still. Text him right now and have him come on. Pretty sure he's in bed. Hold on. Gotta text the wife. I'm gonna actually text Brandon and say you up. Hit him with the you up text. If he is, I'm gonna tell him to get his behind in the stream.
Holy crap.
Probably not. I mean, it's midnight over there.
Violent tornado.
Sure, you guys know I couldn't get through. There's a massive one.
Yeah, we see it.
And there it is.
Just know the impact of that line too. It looks like it's pushing a little bit towards the southeast, down towards Highway 46. So
It's just a term of endearment, Charm. I did not get married yet.
try not to get in the path.
They said it's moving southeast a little bit. It's getting nudged by that line.
It's still pipe back to west.
Fuck up. Yeah, we can go east. Extra We got rain directly on the the lens right now.
Who want to streamed when you do? I don't know if I can live stream my betting, but we'll see.
Confirm or deny anything because it got rain wrapped. Pretty damn quick.
Not like I did with the graduation, which was definitely not legal, by the way.
Yeah, everyone's stopping here. I think it might be probably about
They
the
got heavily rain wrapped fast.
They got rain wrapped, and I feel like it's going to start moving to the southeast.
Ready for derecho impact, boy.
Just by the way, I don't think he's actually gonna pop on, but Brandon says hello to the chat. Feels like months since I've been on a tornado warning. Well, technically it has, hasn't it? It's been since July. Or were you on one in August? Hello. What is up, brethren? We were just talking about you.
I think that was the last visual we were going to have of it.
Yep. At that point, radio went down, and we couldn't see anything either. I think that was either Rigsby or Brandon that just passed us. I picture of you next to me.
So derecho getting us now?
Yeah.
Wait, why isn't Valerie home?
But not necessarily, actually. I mean, it's hitting the storm.
This is what I meant, guys. I was just going to have him pop in chat and say hi. I don't have a way to get him actually on the stream.
Oh,
Why didn't I put it on the front camera for this?
damn it! Fucking radios.
Oh, I see. I see, Brandon. Okay. Oh, there we go. I wonder if we had enough connection to pick up that wind shift. What? Yeah, probably. Thanks. Pretty sure I was cursing at the radio most of the time. Yeah, it often was.
I think we're in it, boys.
We're in the tornado?
Yep.
Tornado is crossing right in front of us at this point. Because, yep, that's Rigsby in front of us. I don't know who that was, but we all three flipped around.
We're in the tornado?
Because we had a little bit of debris fall out here, too.
I think we're in it, boys.
We're in the tornado?
Yep. Sailing west.
Probably would have been good to just sit where we were, but I didn't like it, so I bailed west. I know Garrett probably disagreed with that decision, but and there it went down. Yeah.
After it got rain wrapped, I mean, I could see the rain turn. The lightning was getting closer and closer and closer, so.
Yeah, then we ended up back at our original intersection right here. And that was the last tornado of the night. So at this point, we sort of got our bearings. We were aware that there was search and rescue going on, that Freddie and Eli had the husband and wife with them. We were aware that Brandon and them had been doing search and rescue. And at some point, Brandon had us tell Freddie. I was like, "Where's everybody?" Then John threw it in the ditch. Yeah. And Then Brandon had us communicate with Freddie what was going on. Meanwhile, we were trying to go back to the Enderlin tornado path to see if anybody else was in need of help with that first tornado. Never really found a whole lot. I don't think we were looking in the right area. Jeez, I can't talk right now. Yeah, so we tried to help out with that for a while. Eventually, we left, and then we can kind of get into the whole other situation with everything. Came upon some trees that were down.
Over there, some guy met us, came up to us and from his house, and said, we asked him if everything was all right, and he said, "Yep, everything's good."
Hey Brandon, just an update. I took them back to the family that I had with me. I took them back to their parents' place, and then they got a vehicle, and then they were heading back to their house to go get their animals. I heard the news about where you're at right there, and yeah, sorry.
This was a rough night at that point. Very much big adrenaline loss from what we were all feeling, 45 minutes prior. So you guys drive around trees, I drive into and through them. Yes, you do, especially when you have a sedan and not your Explorer. I can think of a certain Alabama chase.
Were you able to at least let the family know? Like, was the guy with you?
They were, but I didn't let them know because they were focused on trying to get back to their house and helping their animals out. I just couldn't do that to them. I figured it would just, I just didn't want to distract them. Their situation.
No, I guess that's fine.
I can run back over there and tell them, though. I just figured it would be better for them to not know in that moment.
Oh yeah, that's right. You fixed it. I'm gonna move that. What are you talking about, dude? Yeah. So then we ended the stream. We did not keep it on for the chaos that followed. So at this point, we decided to leave after trying to do our part of search and rescue for the better part of like an hour or so. By the time we actually finally left, it was getting close to 12:45. We were east of Jamestown at this point, and we already had a hotel that had some of our stuff in it back in Bismarck. Now, a lot of you were also aware that back when I was out, I had sort of a hookup with the Marriott hotels, and I would do what I can to share the wealth, so to speak. If I had the opportunity to get somebody a cheap hotel, I would always do that. Sting jet. That's the word I was looking for. I was calling it a wake low. That's probably not the right term. Sorry, I had to go water buffalo mode. So we got, I want to say it was Brandon, Payne, Connor, and Ben a hotel in Jamestown. There was no power, and also because there was no power, it felt very similar to a hurricane. Everyone was running out of gas and couldn't get anywhere. I remember we tried to get to a gas station right as they closed. They weren't out of power, but they had closed. So we weren't able to get gas there. Then we went west to Jamestown, and we were like, well, we don't have enough gas to make it back to Bismarck, especially given the 100-mile-an-hour headwinds we ended up fighting for the better part of an hour and a half. Those winds were stronger than any of the RFD we were in the entire day. I mean, that was like ridiculous. I couldn't do more than 45 because it kept legit trying to pick us up and roll us. We had multiple rolled semis that we were seeing. It was absolutely insane. The Loves in Valley City somehow had power. Not when we went by. I guess they got power back the next day or something, or somehow. But we ended up getting gas in Jamestown because there was one place that somehow still had power, even though the winds were just absolutely howling through that area. We got gas. I guess Connor and Brandon and Ben got gas, but then we had gotten them a hotel in Jamestown, so we stopped, checked them into their hotel. At that point, it was almost 2. Freddie left his car in the parking lot of that hotel, and then we picked up Freddie and Eli, and we all drove back to Bismarck. I drove us all back to Bismarck at like 3:15 in the morning. We got IHOP for food, and I stayed up till almost 5 editing that video, and then I slept till probably almost noon. And then we didn't chase that next day, and then the day after that, Garrett and I got a tornado in Minnesota. So that was pretty cool. But that was the chaos that went from about 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. BC sent me. What's up, James Ginger? How did Brandon send you? He's not live. What did he do? Kopic, what did you do? Nothing. You didn't do anything. I don't think I ever saw your streams earlier in the day. From a community post. A community post? B-Cop, what did you do? Thanks for posting that, bro. I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, seriously, what a chase. One for the record books for sure. I was not thinking when we were there. I know what a community post is. I just didn't think you'd actually post one for something like this. Oh, I just collapsed my stack of water bottles. Jeez. My brain was nowhere of the sort. Nowhere of the sort at all, sir. Everybody better be liking this vid. I appreciate it. I'm sure we had over 100 likes now. 111, let's go. You should have scheduled this and we could have made it like a collab. We can do that next time. I don't really schedule these because I never know what my schedule's gonna be. Like I know that unless I find time to do another one of these sometime this week, like a day after work, I'm not going to be able to do this for 2 weeks. Like the next time I'll be back will be the weekend of the 24th or the 26th. Oh, and then it's Halloween weekend after that. God, I'm not looking forward to Halloween. I don't like Halloween. But yeah, I'll try and let you guys know next time I do it. I just kind of do these when I get time. What's up, Abby? Yeah, James, my geographic location now does not support. He's got me on his TV. Those of you wondering what Brandon's bedroom looks like, all you can see is the TV. Bro's losing the energy. I'm losing the energy. I mean, I am tired. I mean, we're basically at the end of what I would normally do with one of these. I mean, I don't know if you've ever watched me do one of these before, but basically I kind of give a detailed play-by-play of these chases, more so than what was talked about on stream or included in the video, and you know, that's it. Show me a wedge. Alright. If my computer could run anything, I'd be like, hey, let's run some Outbreak or something, but I got some other stuff I got to do tonight before bed too, and I'll probably be asleep in about 90 minutes anyway. Built like a soup can. Yeah, Charm, I do them. I've been doing them about once a week or so. Just doing them for all the major chases. We've done this one now. We did El Dorado. We did May 16th of this year. And then we've done Gary. Almost bedtime for DL. Oh, look at Natman over here talking about bedtimes. Yeah, I definitely do miss I miss the radios a lot. I really do. Adventures of Joy, thank you so much for the 10 gifted. Don't yawn. Yeah, I'll try not to. See you later, Tammy. 12:18, I'm losing the energy too. Yeah, I'll be asleep by 12:18. For sure. Doing the React streams, keep it up. I definitely will. I like doing this as a way to, keep in contact with you guys. I almost got nuked the Gary Day playing chicken with the vortices. I know. I have full HD video of you almost getting nuked. I don't know what you guys were doing down there. BC, welcome to the OGs. Thanks, bro. Appreciate the support. I mean, it's only fair. I'm a member on your stream, so. That was one of the days I was yelling at my screen, get the hell out of there, what are you doing? Yeah. That's what my brain was yelling at me too, for sure. It's one of those water bottles that won't actually close. What are you doing? There's not even enough people to receive those gifted memberships, dude. Thanks for the 50 gifted, Kopic. I appreciate you, man. Massive W to BC. There's not. I don't have enough subscribers, man. Oh, jeez. Thank you so much, dude. You know what it's doing now? It's giving gifted memberships to people who aren't even watching. Hyperhydrated much? I'm just making fun. I'm making up for the lack of hydration today. Now that they don't have membership gifting on, they got to turn it on so they get one. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Yeah, welcome to everybody getting one of these. This is crazy. Wow. If you aren't getting one, clearly you didn't have gifting on. Yeah. Yep. I was gonna say, I think people in the stream, there's like 10 people who aren't already members, so it's just tossing them out to my other subscribers. Sounds good, Diane. I'm not too far behind you. I'm gonna log off in the next 10 minutes here, I think. All these names look familiar. Yeah, I haven't reached any new people. I mean, I haven't really tried to very much. Wait, how did you not get one? Yeah, Trickster, some people it just like blocks you from being able to get gifted ones. Certain channels it just won't let you be a member at all. Unless you like sign up and pay for it. How's my new gig going? It's going pretty well. It's going pretty well. I feel like I'm getting fairly good at it. I enjoy it most of the time. So, yeah, no real complaints. Copic set, and Connor's windshield received a gift. Received a gifted membership from Copic. Oh, that is funny. Appreciate that, Trickster. Yep, WBC. I am high off of spray paint. Huh. That's interesting, for sure. Coffee, stop. Stop, kid. I need a mod for that one. For what? I'm confused. Yep, W. Brandon again. Thank you, Brandon. I really appreciate the support, dude. Seriously. I will say it's very humbling to have you guys all still here. And now I'm just a dude who looks at videos of tornadoes now. Now, Garrett, you don't have to step up your game. Brandon needs to step his game down. I'm not doing this to try and get a boatload of gifted memberships. I mean, granted, I did make the membership, so it's not like I'm certainly not going to complain about someone signing up for it, but... Queso? Calling me queso? Fighting words, bro. A dude that looks at videos of tornadoes that you saw in person, though. Yeah, that's right. It is $1. Huh. I was spray painting a board most of it. Oh, okay. Alright. I was gonna say, you're out here huffing paint. I'm just poking fun, Sunfloyer. I appreciate it. Have I seen Max Velocity's 24/7 weather stream? I did. I checked it out last night. It looks pretty cool. I ended chasing on peak levels. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of did. Yeah, but that was Eli. Eli and I had a thing going to where it was just like, it was mutual disrespect, you know? I don't disrespect Brandon. He just disrespects me. And then he thinks he can make up for it by gifting me 1,000 memberships. Minimum viscosity. I'd like to think I started a trend with Max. Because for the longest time, it was just him and Connor working together. And I wore him down over like 6 months. And I was like, yo, you should use our feed too. Either my hands are huge or this water bottle is tiny. Jeez, Brandon. Can't take you anywhere. Mutual disrespect. Yeah, I mean, I'm joking. Eli and I actually got along quite well. I still talk to him almost every day. I mean, well, we have a Snapchat streak, but we'll still kind of briefly chat. Problem is, I do my streams too late. I want to raid one of his. I don't think he's live anymore, though. I'd be very surprised if he was. Yeah, no. No, he is not. We need to raid Eli's stream, though. Give him a little boost. Where's Connor? Gambling. How do you turn on gifted memberships? Click on, you see up at the top where Brandon gifted 50 and he gifted 10. If you click on either one of those little green bubbles, there should be a little button that pops up and it said allow gifted memberships. Is anyone live? Called Connor out via text about his on the Starfront Freak stream. It's because he was at Balls University or whatever it was, wherever he was at. Ball University. I mean, I guess I could raid the Max 24/7. I don't know. Connor outscoring threes. Yeah, then Charm, I don't really know. I wish I had better advice. Cheesecake does not have a girlfriend, I don't think. The Lion understands if... Good Lord. Good night, Gene. Thanks for tuning in. Well, okay. Let me see. Let me see if I can find somebody to raid here. We could raid Foxweather. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's the only option, really. So, we will, actually, no. What am I doing? Garrett has a stream scheduled. We will raid his scheduled stream. So any of you that have not already liked his stream, you better go do it. Let's see what's on my TV. Oh no. I was gonna say Lamau. Why didn't you say Lamau then? That white tornado that was like a pencil that went big was something else. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek of what we're gonna do next time. Oh, another thing that I want to add. Sorry. I want to show you guys this. I already reached out and congratulated Garrett. First video of ours to hit 1 million views. Only video of ours to ever hit 1 million views. But it did it. We crossed the 1 million threshold yesterday on this video. So I can say that I was a part of something that got 1 million views on a single video, and that's pretty cool to be a part of. Again, I wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for Garrett, so I'm certainly not taking all the credit, but you know, him and I, we did that together, and that's pretty cool. Anyway, what was I doing? A sneak peek for next time. What you can look forward to in the next couple weeks.
You think it'll be that close?
I believe so, probably.
I think it'll pass just in front of him.
I feel like it's coming back this way.
I don't know what the heck he's doing.
Yeah, these power lines about to come down. Yeah, that's crossing right where we were. Oh my god, where's Connor? Yep, strong RFD. Strong RFD. Freddie, do you know where is Connor on the other side of it?
That whole time I thought Connor was, I thought I was about to watch a blue RAV4 just come circling around. So, that's what you have to look forward to next time. Obviously, you guys can go watch these videos, and I encourage you to go watch these videos on the Storm Runner Media channel if you have not already. You know, I want to keep directing traffic to the channel there. Continue to support Garrett's efforts. And, you know, they're just good videos to watch. But that is going to be the next one we're going to react to, and then we will bring back the voting for you guys to choose what we will react to beyond that one. But this one I am very excited to go back and do a review of. So I am so sorry that I missed that. Jan, thank you so much for the super chat. $10 super chat. This is I was yelling at Connor, get that out of there, because what the heck was he doing? The thing I was worried about on that one was this road that we were on, all right there, ran out about less than a half mile beyond where that tornado crossed. So if it crossed much further to the north, they were going to run out of road to back up on. I'd much rather would have been where we were. Yeah, absolutely insane. Got to do the Trinidad chase. Yeah, I didn't actually ever post a video of that, but yeah, we'll go back. I'm gonna do the winter theme chases once we get into like Christmas time. I'll probably have a little Christmas tree in the background, maybe some Christmas lights around my door. You know, the works. But I hope YouTube gives me the warning that you're streaming. Yeah, I'll try to give it a little bit more heads up. I scheduled this about 90 minutes before I actually went live. So, thank you, Amanda. I appreciate it. Got to lock back in for another week of work. So, I've been working there almost 2 months. 40 years to go. Am I right? Just kidding. Maybe I'm not. Who knows? We'll see. We will see, Charm. We will see. I'll do what I can. I don't actually unlock vacation time for a year, like a year from when I started. So if I am not able to get around it to where, if I'm not able to leave because I don't have vacation time yet, you guys can expect me to return for visiting on chases. Like next hurricane season is when you probably see me back out. Aside from if Oregon and Washington gets anything that happens to fall on a weekend. So we'll see what I can squeeze. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really appreciate your guys' support. Thank you, Brandon, for gifting like 80 memberships. Thank you to those. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the other two that. I think we had like 100 gifted memberships this stream, so that's pretty insane. Thank you, Beverly and Jan, for the super chats. I really appreciate everybody's support. I will eventually, hopefully, be able to invest in a new computer because this one's kind of dying. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to come on here and be able to interact with you guys for a little bit, even if it's just reviewing old chases. So I, miss you guys and appreciate the chance to catch up. So, yeah, I will catch you guys on the next one. Hope you guys have a good night. Peace out. Charm, I do not know. I don't really keep up with that stuff. I live south of Portland, so. Yep, Sonia is right. Later, nerds. Y'all take care.